In this video, we will discuss the VNX Multicore Fast Cache feature included with the next generation VNX series. Multicore Fast Cache is a large capacity secondary cache comprised of the new Fast Cache optimized solid state drives. Multicore Fast Cache is positioned between Multicore Cache's DRAM base cache and the back-end hard disk drives. Multicore Fast Cache can be scaled to much larger capacities than the fixed DRAM base cache, and it has less latency when compared to spinning media hard drives. Multicore Fast Cache is a global resource that provides performance benefits to the entire system. When flash drives are configured in RAID groups or pools, they can only provide performance enhancements to those groups and the LUNs contained in them. When the flash drives are allocated to Multicore Fast Cache, all LUNs on the system have the ability to utilize them. Multicore Fast Cache can also utilize multiple CPU cores on the new VNX series. Multicore Fast Cache also fits the EMC flash first strategy. Shown here is the flow diagram for Multicore Fast Cache. As you can see, all host I/O goes directly to Multicore Cache, and all interactions with Multicore Fast Cache are done through Multicore Cache. For reads to the system, the contents of Multicore Cache are checked to see if it can service the I/O. If not, the Multicore Fast Cache memory map is checked. If the data is not located in Multicore Fast Cache, the read is satisfied from the backend group through Multicore Cache. If the data is being accessed frequently, the data is copied as a clean cache page into Multicore Fast Cache and the memory map is updated. For writes to the system, Multicore Cache accepts the write and acknowledges the I/O immediately. When Multicore Cache is copying its dirty pages to the back end, the Multicore Fast Cache memory map is checked to see if it contains the data being updated. If so, the data is updated and the page becomes a dirty page. If the data is not currently located in Multicore Fast Cache, the data is saved to the back-end hard drives. If the data is being used frequently, the data is also copied into Multicore Fast Cache, but as a clean cache page. Multicore Fast Cache has two different promotion conditions depending on how full Multicore Fast Cache currently is. When Multicore Fast Cache is less than 80% full, it enters a cache warming scenario, and the promotion threshold is temporarily lowered to a single hit. This allows Multicore Fast Cache to fill quickly after creation or when it goes below the 80% threshold. Being below the 80% threshold can happen when Multicore Fast Cache is being created, when Fast Cache is disabled on a LUN or pool, or when a LUN using Multicore Fast Cache is unbound. Multicore Fast Cache is in its normal operating mode when it's over 80% full. At this point, the default promotion threshold is in place, and only multiple hits in a certain time period to a 64 kilobyte region will cause a promotion. Multicore Fast Cache also contains a cleaning operation which copies dirty pages to the back-end hard drives during minimal back-end activity. When the pages are copied to the hard drives, the data is retained in Multicore Fast Cache to allow for rehits. When the copy is complete, the page becomes a clean cache page. This also means that the Fast Cache dirty pages statistic only represents the percentage of Multicore Fast Cache that is currently dirty, not how full Multicore Fast Cache is. In this example, as promotions happen, free pages are consumed. As pages are used and updated, they become the most recently used page. As Multicore Cache copies to Multicore Fast Cache occur, pages are updated, and Multicore Fast Cache will contain a number of dirty pages. The cleaning operation then copies data to the hard drives on a least recently used basis. Here we can see the System tab in Unisphere. To view the current configuration for Multicore Fast Cache on this system, we need to go to the Fast Cache tab within the System Properties window. Under System Management to the right, click either Manage Cache or System Properties to launch the System Properties window. Then click the Fast Cache tab. At the top of the Fast Cache tab is the Fast Cache box, which contains the current state of Fast Cache and the current size and RAID type. Here we can see Fast Cache is enabled and the current size is 183 gigabytes. In the disk portion of the tab, we can see the drives currently configured for Fast Cache. In the statistics portion of the tab, we can view the current percentage of dirty pages. On the system currently there is a read load, and while the percentage of dirty pages is 0, Multicore Fast Cache is servicing I/O. If Fast Cache was not configured, the Create box would be selectable, and you could choose the drives to configure Fast Cache. Let's close this window and return to the Unisphere screen. Here is an example of Multicore Fast Cache in action. During this entire time frame, an 8 kilobyte completely random read load was being sent to 25 20 GB LUNs configured on a 4+1 RAID 5 group. I have selected both SPs and the total throughput statistic. On the far left is the load running without fast cache enabled on the LUNs. During this period of nearly 40 minutes, the average load on the array was 1,770 IOs per second. When fast cache was enabled, we can see a quick decline in total throughput on the system. This is due to the system memory dynamically changing to allow space for the memory maps for multicore fast cache for the LUNs. After multicore fast cache has been configured, there is a gradual increase in total throughput on the system. This is the warm-up period. As pages are read from the system, they are promoted into multicore fast cache and the performance begins to improve. As more and more IOs are serviced from multicore fast cache, the latency of the IOs decreases and more IO can be completed. On the far right of the graph, the system has entered a fairly steady state. Now the system is completing 2,641 IOs per second on average, an increase of 868 IOs per second over when multicore fast cache was not being used. This completes the multicore fast cache video. For more information on multicore fast cache, please view the EMC VNX multicore fast cache white paper found on EMC Online Support.